Right. I think we're up and running. I think. It should be. I think we're up and running. There we go. There. Now, I should be able to see what's going on. Still kind of working out how to actually do half of this stuff. So, but I should have chat stuff available to see. And I still need to figure out how to do a good music, but it's so many stuff, so many things are like copyright stuff, so I probably would have to change everything anyway. But I'll have to fiddle with that and deal with that later. But I spent like probably the last about, well, what time is it? 10 o'clock. I've probably spent almost the last like 2 hours trying to figure out how to make OBS work better, and I'm hoping I didn't screw anything up too badly. So yeah. So if there's anything weird and like the audio sounds way off or something's going on, it's probably just because I was messing with OBS and I screwed something up. So, but as long as you can at least hear, that's okay. I mean, last time we were working on trying to get all this stuff working better. But that's going to require probably a better design. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. I tried to keep everything as much. I didn't want to mess with stuff too much because I knew I would end up screwing something up. So I tried not to do too much. But yeah, you never know. I know I'd manage to do something. But I did figure out what was going on with all the mod issues I was having where it wasn't starting. I just went through and reinstalled everything. so, so that's what I ended up doing. So it actually loaded up instead of giving me that weird issue that I was having for a little while. Why do I have Amethyst here? Yeah. So I need to... I was trying to look into that, oh, what did he call it? Chimney or planter or something in order to try to get something more efficient than this to get more petals in order to get more water. But I couldn't find it, and I looked all over the Discord. I probably just wasn't looking in the right spot. I was looking in the build section because I thought I had seen it there before. Little... That's sand. There we go. I wasn't trying to hide it. I said I was going to try to do it on Saturdays. I didn't know if I was going to be doing it for a minute here because I got caught up trying to fiddle with OBS. And then I was like, oh, it's almost 10. I should probably get on. Oh, that's just a picture. I was like, did I miss something right there? No, it was just the picture pieces. Yeah, since I'm not getting any water here, I can take all this down. Oh, can I just drop it off in the other spot? Well, that... Oh, no, because it's all filled with sand. I need to go further down anyway. Like I say, I think I could just drop this off in there and it'll eventually make its way down, right? But I don't know if that'll work. Because I suspect it's going to be either blocked off or I'll have something filtered weird in a way. I went the long way, didn't I? Shrink this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, I don't think I got any. Oh, I did get some. Just do that. Okay. Get those spores in there. I was at one point so I am trying to edit down the streams to make actual videos out of them. Hopefully, maybe. But because I was fiddling with stuff during the streams, because I'm still learning it on how to do it without being bad at it. I messed up my audio a bit, and so it ended up recording all of the audio onto one thing. So now I can't separate out the music and the speaking and the game sound, so it sounds all wonky. But I am trying to get it edited down. Let's see. I still have all that red sand down there that I need to deal with. Okay. That's not all clogged up. I have... What? Why is... What? I don't remember putting that there. That's weird. I mean, it'll all get back down here before I need it anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, I need a better, more efficient this. Because I don't have the space to do volume. I was considering, if I can get the water building up, I was considering doing something like this where instead of having it do a washing system like over there, it would just fill up with water. And because the stuff that's wet, I mean, it's heavier than the water, so it'll drop down, and so I could just have this filled up with water, and then as the sand travels through it, it'll get it wet that way. But I'd still run into the same problem where it'd end up, if I don't have enough water, it's not going to get it wet. You're gonna give me... Maybe I need more space? Just like upwards? No, that wouldn't matter. Because it has to get to the flower petals, and so it has to go around. Doesn't it? Because it has to, these little guys, they have to move however many spaces to make a flower. And maybe if this is too small, the spaces can't, or the spores can't move enough to make the next flower. So maybe it's, maybe if I make it either taller or somehow adjust it so that it can make flowers faster somehow. I'd have to look into the mechanics of how that works. See, if I can get it to spread fast enough, then it gets to the end and it makes the flowers, and then I can bust up those flowers and get all that petal. But I feel like this box is too small. Maybe I need to increase the size of the box. Which means I have to drop this down lower. Which then means I have to deal with freezing all this stuff. Wait, is the dirt's heavier than the slag, isn't it? Maybe I can do something there. No, because if I do anything too much, it's going to clog up. I don't want it to clog up. It's almost like a puzzle. Like figuring out how to get everything to sit just right or move. At the current rate that this is going, it's not going far enough. I mean, it's only going, what, like 5 or 6 down? So I could probably move this a little further. Like have it drop down right here, maybe? Because, I mean, unless I overload this somehow, it shouldn't... I mean, the dirt shouldn't... Or the wet sand shouldn't get all the way down, should it? Uh-oh. Oh, did I speak too soon? Oh, okay. Woo! Because if I can start shifting stuff over, maybe I can give this more space up here to do its thing so that I can make this bigger. That's fine right now. There's no way spores are going to go far enough to get all the way over to there just yet. Let's do this. And maybe I can make this bigger. And I want filters to allow wet spores. Probably should not have this guy right there. Maybe that'll give it more space to burn and spread. Maybe. Let's see if that works. Because I mean, as far as I can tell, other than not having enough water, that's the only real difference between the one that was up top and the one that was down below. It was just bigger. So it had more room to spread. Go. Go allow. Let's do block cinder maybe. Just to give it more room to spread. You think this is gonna work, guys? You think this is gonna make any difference? It seems to be a little bit. Maybe if I can make enough water, it'll actually be useful. If I can shorten everything up, then that'll at least speed up the total process. Yeah, this could be a terrible mistake. So far, so good. See, it seems like it's getting a little bit more petals just because it can burn faster and it has more space to spread. Yeah, just in case I manage to get something weird again. I'll just do that. And then anything, if I get weird petals or something, it can still just fall through. I mean, if this becomes, you know, too efficient, then maybe it'll be an issue. Because if it overloads this, it'll all start just piling up here in the next step. But yeah, no, it seems to be working okay. Oh, so the other day, talking to one of the guys at work, and I could be completely wrong, and it's a little bit, but you know, I've decided that when people are, like when somebody's really drunk, they're basically kind of like a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old. Like they can't speak very well. They wobble around a lot. They can fall asleep anywhere. So really drunk people are like a 2-year-old. They repeat themselves a lot, you know? Yeah. Yes, I thought about that the other day. I don't remember why we got onto the topic of it. I think we'd gotten onto the topic because one of the guys was talking about like liking a, sometimes having a drink here and there, but like, I think he said either his friend of his or somebody he knew they drank way too much. I was like, and I think that's what got the topic started. So just another random topic that shows up at work. But hey, we got a new guy and getting him trained up. So hopefully shifts are gonna go to a normal time frame. And for at least the next couple of weeks, yeah, Saturday or Sunday, Mondays are gonna probably be my days off. So that means I'm probably gonna be I'm probably going to be doing the streaming Saturday and Sunday nights. One day doing Sandustry like tonight, and then tomorrow I'll probably do Abiotic Factor still. I like that game. It's pretty fun. Oh, hey, a cop. Nice. Not super fast, but it does seem to be working better. I just need more size. Ooh, what if I do this? That's not what I wanted. What if I just move it over to here? Ooh, actually, that might be a bad idea. Ooh, maybe not. Like this. Fuck. I'll still have to figure out everything else. But I can have all my stuff over here. Oh no. That's too high. Ooh, the doors have opened again. I want to only have the amethyst petals. And so we're going to filter gold here. I gotta make these guys. Ooh, can I just copy this? There. Oh, good. Got it. I don't expect anything to get that far down, but if it does, it does. Hmm. Now, let's get all that stuff out of the way first. Okay, now let's go ahead and... Ah, no, it's not what I was trying to do. Trying to do that. I don't have my cryo for you. You know what? I'm going to put the cryo on there. Don't do that to me. I guess one of these. Let's do that. Yay, welcome back. I'm in the process of, again, redoing things poorly. Ah, nice. I haven't played Rust, but I've seen it. And it feels like one of those games that I could enjoy if it wasn't like really strong PvP. Or like if you didn't have to worry about, you know, everything degrading over time. Oop, auto save. Ooh, I think it's all filled. Give it a test. Oh, I missed a couple pixels. Otherwise, looks like we got it all. Oh, that was almost a dumb. There we go. Well, let's see if I accidentally dumped anything over here. I did. Yeah, if I had a bunch of people that I could play with, it'd probably be funner. To be fair, though, most games are funner when you can play with a friend. And I enjoy playing like some of. Oh no! Oh no! I did a dumb. I did do a dumb. Oh no! Oh, maybe if I get it up to the top of the cave space, it'll turn into steam. Oh, I can't believe that. Oh, it makes me so mad. I can't believe you guys let me do that. There. Give a little more room for everything to fall down. Ooh, I could maybe this will work. Although this might clog it up if it gets too much at a time. Yeah. No, Sandustry, if you could play this multiplayer, that could be pretty fun. I'm not quite sure how it would work, but I bet it would be pretty fun. Have like little competitions where like you and a buddy have to like make the stuff from one side of a thing to go to the other side in order to unlock stuff so that they can get, kind of like how Portal works. Or I guess technically Portal 2, when you get to play as the little robots. You got to do stuff with each other in order to make the puzzles work. A lot of pedals. I don't know. Maybe this is gonna work. It seems to be doing okay. I mean, it's working through the sand over here. I mean, we're getting stuff at least, right? Flag seems to be burning pretty well. Ooh, is this gonna work? Oh, we do have a couple pieces that are making their way back up and around. But it does seem to be working. Look how dense that is right there. Come on, get those pedals. Nice. Oh, I still managed to even catch something on fire in there. I think maybe we fixed it, guys. I think maybe we fixed it. Now we're gonna go somewhere else and find out that that's actually gonna clog up soon. Because that's how it works. Oh yeah, I should probably put on some music. Something to give some ambiance. Did I already get all the gold? I think I got all the gold. Yeah, I got all the gold. Okay. I don't remember. Does Sandustry have music? It does have music. I'll put it at 50. I don't know if that's how the pipes work or not. It probably just seems like it's getting more water because there's not nearly as many spores as there is sand. So the sand is using up the water faster than the spores are using it up. Because there's only a little bit of spores, but there's a lot of sand. So I think it'll equally pump out. I don't know if it alternates like round robin style or whatnot. I mean, we could. Should we do it? Just run it this way like that. Go. I'm gonna have to be careful not to attach too much. We'll do it this way. Oop, I didn't want to delete it entirely. Because, I mean, it's one of those things that, unless you know how the code works, or you are, good at playing and testing and bug finding and all that kind of stuff, you probably could figure that out. It wouldn't be something I would figure out. But we'll give it a try. We'll see if it makes a difference. If it... Because as far as I can tell, yeah, it's going to pump out equally. It's just there's so much sand that's going to use up the water. There's no water coming back, where this one, because there's only a few spores at a time, it's only using a little bit of water, so the water returns back And it's like the exact same setup, pretty much. I mean, it might be. I think my main issue with the setup I had when it was further down was it wasn't tall enough, so it didn't have enough room to expand for the little moss spore things to work their way and crawl up. And so it wasn't cycling fast enough with the fire. So I think because of that, I think that was kind of the main reason why it was having so many issues not producing enough. There. Now it'll turn into water right away instead of having to fall clear down. Yeah, it might be a little too much. I figured this might happen too. Because once I can get the pedals fixed so that it is... Why is that a mystery? I guess it doesn't have a name. It's just a piece of gold once it, you break it. Now, once I can get the pedals situation fixed and get more pedal production, I can get more water. Once I can get more water, I can increase how much sand I can get wet, which will then start to give me more spores because it'll burn more slag. And how do I have more steam in there? Where did that steam come from? What is black gold? Yeah, that's funny. I wonder what you would call it. Like, would you just use whatever the center of a similar style flower, like the stamen or the pistil or something, whatever they're called. I think that's what it's called. Or would you give it a fun name? Oh. That's where I was getting steam. It was falling down here because it was coming through. Hopefully that'll kind of fix it. It probably won't be a good long-term solution, but hopefully that'll kind of fix it. Because this will start shooting it out before it can trap the water. I mean, the petals and the gold and all that stuff, it can get kind of trapped up, but it gives you a lot more burn area, a lot more surface area. And with more surface area, it's going to give me more production rate. Because, I mean, this is like 2 or 3 times what I was getting over here when I had it running this way. Obviously, I'm not getting enough water just yet. So it's not going to fill up and start processing up at the top half. But maybe if this keeps up, maybe I will. Maybe I will be able to get caught up. I mean, I've got quite a bit going on. Processing a lot. So much sand, or so much gold. I mean, at some point I need to figure out... getting enough water to get to the top, because I'm going to need more petals to go through all the red sand. And it's getting slurped up faster than it can get used. It's like as soon as it hits the bottom, it's ooh. As soon as it hits the bottom of that, it just gets pumped right into here. Man, I'm tired. Not as tired as I was yesterday. I mean, we had some sort of weird, I don't know, like a couple of hours. Everyone just got sick for some reason. It wasn't food poisoning or anything. It just, for some reason, everyone got sick. So I went to bed, I don't know, 9 o'clock to try to get enough sleep, because having to get up at 4:30 in the morning for work. Oh man. Oh, yawn. Yeah, having to get up at like 4:30 in the morning for work. I went to bed like 8:30, 9. I was like, I gotta get enough sleep, right? So, laying in bed, and I feel like I'm getting a fever, and I start shivering, and I can't get warm. And after like half an hour, I went ahead and got like a heating thing so I could start warming up using an external heating source. Started getting warm, started to feel better, started to get ready to go to sleep. And then at like 10:30, all of a sudden, now my wife starts doing the same thing. So she starts getting all shivery and starts getting really cold. So then we get it all set up with her. I'm like, okay, start getting ready, go back to sleep. And then it hits midnight, and one of my sons walks in. He's like, I don't feel so good. I almost threw up, and I don't feel. And I was like, okay, well, let's do this. We get him all ready, get him set up for the night, get him some, ibuprofen, and then I start getting ready to go back to sleep again. And then my daughter comes in. She's like, I threw up on my stuffed animal. I'm like, and so by like 1:30 in the morning, I'm like, I'm not getting any sleep tonight. So I think, not last night, but the night before, I think I got a total of maybe 2.5 hours of sleep. It's been a long time since I've had an energy drink, and I had one yesterday and today. So, I was so tired. My body was pretty much on autopilot at that point. Which is fine, because I mean, half of work is repetition often. I don't know if the vents are gonna matter, because it's only got so much water, but we can try. Give it a try and see. If it works, I almost still don't want to do it, because I want to start getting enough backlog of water over here that it can build up. I do this. We'll do that. Yeah, because I think it just picks one. It might be at random, but I think it just picks one. And then it lets it out there. But the more water I have, the faster this will go. Because I've seen setups where you have 10 pumps and only one vent, like one release, and so it'll go out almost in a solid stream if you have enough water. Well, we're starting to see some progress here, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Maybe if I set it up so that when it comes up here, it goes straight into a washing setup like this. And then that way, by the time it comes down here, like I can have... I'm just trying to find ways to maximize this. And give it as much space as possible. It's like it can wash the sand here and have a nice long run where it can wash. And then when it gets to here, it can go down the shakers. And then here, it can hit the burn. And then as it goes over, it can just drop into the slag thing. Get the slag press and it'll just drop through the slag press right here. And then the slag press, everything will drop out here. And then I can do the spores, do the spore washing and have it just like double the size of this because it can come all the way out. Maybe that would work. I feel like that's something I would want to test. Ooh, busy, gone. I feel like that's something I'd want to test on like a separate. You know how like if you're doing Minecraft, you're like, I want to try building something and see if this works, and then you use creative mode and you build the thing to find out if it even works conceptually or not. I kind of feel like I want to do that. Do like debug mode where I can just like, oh, I want some of this, just make it. Probably want to do it there. Because if I do it there, and then go do this whole section here would be the filters. Go this way. These are both okay. So we're gonna do allow. I just did wet spores, didn't I? Yes. Allow wet sand. Like so. And then we're going to do a vent. I might need to go a little lower. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. And then I do a vent. Like so. Going to allow wet sand all the way over to here. This is going to be blocking. Actually, you know what? We'll just only allow void bloom, because I shouldn't have to deal with void bloom, right? We'll only allow void bloom. And we'll have that pump up. Okay. Then shakers here. In fact, I could probably keep this. So then I'm gonna need a pump. Because these are gonna have to connect to these vents up here. And this is going to connect to here. Although before I do that, I gotta make sure everything's going to work okay. Okay. So, with this guy, I'm going to want to filter out. I want to filter out the slag. So we'll do you. Do you like so. Block slag. Ooh, actually, no, there's probably a better way to build this out. We'll do you. No. And then. Yes. Because we're only gonna get gold out of the shakers. So, in theory, if I just allow gold, then it can just go like so. So I'm gonna build this out, and it's gonna take time for me to figure it out for sure. I feel like just making a big one is better. Less complicated. I mean, this should be more than enough, right? Yeah, because then once it reaches the end, I can have it do this and just go filter out. It'll allow slag. Slag will drop down. And in here, we'll have the slag burn. So if we go allow cinder, like so, block that. I can have a bunch of cinder go into there. If it doesn't get burnt all the way, I can always have it come back through. do that. Gonna be weird. No, that because if I do that, that's gonna be too big. Oops. Shouldn't have made it so close. If I make it too big, then it'll clog up. But if I don't make it big enough, yeah, I'll do that. While that's going, grab some more sand for this to do. It's fine, it can process. Oop. There we go. Okay. Ink. Okay, so got it coming up, washing, coming up, sifting, burning, and if we do, how much space does this take? I'm going to use this to measure. I'm going to say that's the top and bottom. Okay, so I'm going to need... Okay, that gives me an idea. So then... this how do I want to do this? It's like I'm trying to plan this out in my head as I go, and it's not quite what I'm picturing. Because yeah, wash, sift, burn, yeah. Get rid of these pipes. There we go. Get rid of some more pipes. Ooh, not quite what I wanted, but yeah, okay. Ah, I wasn't trying to delete all those. You can come back. There. Okay, so slag press. There. We can have not that. That might work. Okay. Let's do it one more up. Here we go. Should be fine, right? Hmm. Okay. Okay, so we've got coming up, washing, and then after it washes, sifts, and then gold hits here, and gold can come down. Gotta figure out what I'm going to do with the gold. Because I mean, I can have the gold integrate at some point. Yeah, because then the at this point, I'm committing, right? Ooh, I missed some spores. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Let's see if we can start getting this moved up. You think that's gonna be enough? We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Oh, come on. Ooh, it might be enough. Might just have to let that sit for now. I think I'm gonna need to do the slag press just a little closer. It's a little off. Still a little off. There. Okay. So now, I'm gonna do filter. It's gonna block spore, or not spores, slag. So if for some reason the slag didn't get burnt, we can send it back up. So the gold will come down, the spores will come down, and they will meet here. Give this plenty of space, and it can go here. Okay. Move autosave, hurry up. Okay. Oh. Okay, so now spores and gold are gonna come down this way. We're going to block the spores, which will go this way. Do this. Okay. Like so. Okay. So now our gold will drop through. Our spores will drop through. Or no, our spores will not drop through. Our gold will drop through. So spores are going to come this way, drop down into here, do their thing, get washed. Okay, let's test run this. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to copy. Okay. Proof of concept. We're testing this. Okay, so there goes gold. Ooh, what if I don't have something that makes it? What if I do this? Will allow burnt slag. And then if it's not burnt slag, I can go back over to there. This one is going to allow slag. That way, if any dirt doesn't quite make it, I'll go through there. Okay. So we've got washing, sifting or shaking, burning, more washing. Let's drop this down a little bit. not the whole thing, just this one. No, yes, we do want to do the whole thing. Because I need to make sure. Wrong thing. I need to make sure that this is going to go the way it's supposed to. Okay. Okay, so we've got that going. Which means now the ones that were over here we can move. Weird how it does that sometimes. You get it going, and then it just keeps going. It's like it's got to update whatever it's doing. Just like it keeps trying to pump. Okay. All right. I think we are getting somewhere now. Okay. So now, if we were to expand, oh yeah, I don't have a spot for those guys. Oh, it's probably here for now. Yeah. I can put planetary boxes. We'll just put them down here. Put planter boxes down here. Don't need tons of space, so it's okay. Then we're gonna filter only wet spores. I don't know how much this is going to use, but we're going to give it a try. Okay. Gold. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now I can get rid of this. I can copy you guys. And I guess I don't need that many. Ooh, I think I have to have at least one or two spaces. Oop, wrong button. I want to move you over by one. Why did you do that? You're not supposed to do that. Okay. So we're going to block Amethyst. We're going to copy you. And just to make sure it's going to work. Yep. Okay. I don't need a lot. Come on. Okay. Now this should be enough, right? Yay. Now, will that be enough? I'm gonna have steam issues. Let's grab that steam. Put it in there. Okay. Alright. This will give me even more height for stuff to build and burn, hopefully. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to try. I didn't want that. Okay. Well, it seems to be working. So, we're going to go ahead and put it into production. I actually have some stuff over here. I was not expecting that. That just... No, that's actually the ice. Alright, well, let's see if this works. So, washing. I'm deliberately being just a little bit slow because I don't want it to overwhelm it. Otherwise, I could do like this faster version and having it go up, but I want to make sure, like, guaranteed this isn't going to clog up. You know, if it's been running up there, if I've been getting enough water, maybe it'll have more stuff processing up top. Let's go look. Yeah. Getting a little bit. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Hooray for me. So I've been watching this guy on YouTube. What's his name? Uh, Chupacabro. I've watched a few of his videos. Anyway, he does a bunch of videos where it's like why you wouldn't survive these horror movies. And you know, I would. The vast majority of horror movies, I don't think I would survive. I don't think I would make. I don't think I would make it. I mean, there's no way I would make it. I mean, some of those, some of those things like Jason, you know. I mean, after a few movies, the dude was immortal pretty much. So there's nothing you could do. So like aliens, I'd like to think I could be stealthy and sneaky. I wouldn't. I wouldn't make it. I would absolutely get eaten. All those all those movies it's like, "Oh, there's something's cursed. Oh, you shouldn't have picked it up," or "Oh, what?" Yeah, I wouldn't have known better. I absolutely would have been cursed or something. So yeah, no, I would not survive a like a horror movie. Hmm. I've also been watching movie. I know movie. Oh, sorry. Another big yawn. Like I said, I'm tired, but another topic that I've been watching on YouTube besides that one has been uh, a lot of the sovereign citizen videos and like and dash cam videos, those type of things. And you know, most of the time, the guys who have the video either could have either avoided or done something to mitigate having an accident and getting, crashing into somebody, but it nobody drives defensively. Drive as if you assume people are out to get you, and always be vigilant, looking around, things like that, making sure you're not going to get hit. If you drive smart, you can avoid so many accidents. Ooh. Occasionally, you even get somebody who posted a video and they're like, "Oh, hey, I, this happened and I did this and I think this person's at fault." And you read the little description on it, and then you watch it, and you go, "No, you absolutely are at fault for that." Oop, wrong thing. Because, and I know that the dash cam video, I know sometimes those things are, I want to say, strange optically. Like sometimes they have a slight bit of almost like a fisheye to them. Because, I mean, they're trying to capture as much horizon as possible. But, I mean, if the video can capture that, then most people should be able to see somewhat similar. But no, they don't seem to be able to do it. I say the sovereign citizen videos, those are pretty good too. They constantly say, "Oh, I'm not a sovereign citizen," because yeah, now they count sovereign citizen. What was it? Terrorists. So. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Because yeah, all those guys do is just not follow the law. So yeah, they count those as, I believe, domestic terrorists. Which, you know, they practically should be. Because they don't have any insurance, they don't have a valid license. 9 times out of 10, it's because their license is suspended, which means they've done something to the point that they shouldn't be driving anyway. So, yeah, these. It's funny because half the time they end up busting out the windows. So these people are thrown around like, I know my rights. I know the law. I'm going to get you fired. They're basically Karens at that point. But yeah, they can't seem to figure it out. And then they use like a 100-year-old dictionary for their definitions. They're like, this isn't a car. This is a personal motorized conveyance, something like, and they just make up these weird terms, and you're going, what are you talking about? And it never works. They always end up going to court. I mean, sometimes it gets dismissed, but it always goes to court. And they put so much effort into not obeying the law while also trying to obey the law, but it's this weird made up thing that they just thought of. And most, like I said, most of it's because they have no driver's license, and so they're trying to find some way to drive without a license, as if it's gonna make a difference. I mean, if a cop pulls you over and you don't have a driver license, and the guy says, "Hey, you need to show me your driver's license," you're breaking the law, and they don't. What do they think is going to happen? They go, "Oh, I'm a sovereign citizen," or "Oh, I have a right to travel." It doesn't matter. You're still breaking the laws, and they break these weird laws that are inconsequential to the overall outcome, but because they insist on fighting about it, it it ends up escalating, and they almost always end up going to jail. So I don't know. They're crazy people. Now, how to get all of that to go down? Well, I think I might have to call. I might have to call it a night. It's been a couple hours. It's after midnight, and I'm gonna have to get up for church. And I have been exhausted the last couple of days, so I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. But hey, I mean, on the plus side, we've made some progress. I mean, look how much petals I'm getting now. I just had to rework my planter box. Maybe I can... Maybe I can give it more room and it can even spread a little bit more. And maybe that'll let the petals fall through faster. And then all the gold is still working its way around, which is fine. It seems to be working. I mean, the water's obviously not infinite per se, but it seems to be doing okay. Ooh, actually, I should double check, make sure I'm making enough water. It's a little struggling. But if I can start making more... that will definitely help. Okay. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. Should make a little sand pit right here. Or not a sand pit. Snow pit. Allow. There. That means once this snow gets around, it can just fall in there. Okay. Go back to the very beginning. Very good place to start. When you count, you start with 1, 2, 3. When you sing, you start with Do, Re, Mi. Name that movie. Okay. Alright, well. Yep, I'm calling it a night. I keep yawning. And I need my sleep. So, hopefully you have enjoyed Saturday Sandustry with me. I will hopefully be able to keep doing this for the next little while. I don't think my schedule's going to change too much, so I should be doing this at least for the next couple of weeks to a month or so. So, if you have enjoyed, you are welcome to do the likes and the subscribes and all that stuff. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe, because, you know, you can either join me on the streams as I attempt to do streams and get better at it, or you can watch the videos as they come out on the live, and I will try to start getting some of the videos edited down and getting them posted so that you can just watch the short cut videos as well. And until next time, have fun.